I'm not ready to talk yet. My mouth is not prepared to conversate with my camera. So I had originally planned on doing this video with no makeup on to not take away from the very cute outfit that I'm wearing. I'm not wearing any mascara. I think that's what's throwing me off. But I don't feel like taking off mascara. Okay, I need to get this done. So a couple of weeks ago, I came across this TikTok.
Hello. We're making a body change today. Close. On the jumper. We're not in the waist part, so you... And that's it.
Which gave me the idea to make my own body chain. Really quickly before I get into the video, I do just want to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell to get notified of future videos that I will be making. Now that I have dabbled in a little DIY, I'm so excited for next week's video that involves sewing. So if you're curious about that video, please be sure to hit the notification button, and you hopefully will be notified when that video is uploaded. Please be sure to also thumbs up this video if you enjoy, because it really does support my channel. Follow me on all of my social media. It's always the pinned comment in the comments, as well as in the description box below. So I essentially made the exact same body chain that the girl in that TikTok made. It was kind of hard. It's only a 1-minute video, so it's not super detailed or anything, but I figured it out. I'm honestly like pretty obsessed with it. I think it adds like a really cool, badassy kind of accessory to whatever outfit that I'm wearing. Yeah, it's super cute. I love it. She's cold AF when I'm putting her on. Plus, knowing I made the body chain myself just is cool. There's something satisfying about making your own jewelry or just like making your own accessories and actually liking it. The one thing that kind of bugs me, like I don't really notice it too much, is just that the lobster clasps are like a yellowier metal than the chain in comparison to the clasp. It's more like a rose goldy, like a cool tone. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I really don't. So yeah, that's like my only beef with it. Realistically, I don't even notice the clasps. Clasps is such a hard word to say. I feel like it would just be pretty dope if the whole thing did match. So for the first chain that I made, I will quickly run through the instructions for you guys. I'm not going to be super detailed, and I have to preface this video by saying that this is not a tutorial by any means. This is literally just me trying something out because I don't really know what I'm doing, so making a tutorial would just not make sense. I stopped at Michael's really quickly to pick up a pack of the tools that the girl was showing in the video. They did have options that were like individual tools, but the money, they worked fine for me. And then I picked up the chain that I wanted. There were 2 thicker chain options, but I decided to go for the one that was a little bit less yellowy. I just liked it better, okay? I just had a preference. I also picked up the lobster clasps. So I did buy the jump rings in like, it had the jump rings and then a couple other things that I didn't actually end up using. It was just cheaper and the color was closer than other options. So getting started, I decided on how long I wanted the neck piece. Heavy. Do I want it higher or do I want it lower? That looks good there, right? And then I picked the length that I was going to attempt to cut, which I failed at. Oh, is this not gonna go through? Oh shit. Uh-oh. And then I ended up just having to like separate the pieces, slide that length off, and then that was my neck piece. Okay, I got it. Now I'm going to put this little piece through here. Now I'm putting one of these guys on. Cool. Now I have like dope chain. Okay, let's continue. And then I put that on. I like kind of turned it upside down so that like a normal necklace would be. It was like the opposite, like your boob was showing. Do you know what I mean? Then I added some chain to that jump ring that the clasp attached to down my stomach for like the waist piece that attached to the bottom part. I chose the length that I wanted. I ended up going with just above my belly button. And then to that I added a jump ring. Then the next step, I basically attached the chain to that jump ring. That's cold. Okay. Wrapped it around and then I measured it. I don't know why I did it like this. It worked, okay? I don't want it to be too tight, but I also don't want it to be too loose because the girl in the video said that if you do it too tight, then it'll break when you sit down. I once again attempted to cut the chain and it just didn't work.
Now I wonder if I can break it. Oh, oh, oh my god, this is so hard. That's what she said.
The cutters that I have were just not strong enough, or my hands weren't strong enough. But I think my hands are strong enough, so I'll blame the tool. I actually ended up adding another jump ring and then the lobster clasp, realizing that that was gonna make it a little bit uneven. Took the lobster clasp and the extra jump ring off, and then I just put the lobster clasp to the jump ring that was holding onto like the middle piece, and then the other side that came around, I would just attach to the lobster clasp, and then it was on. If that made any sense. But that's it. So it's done, and I'm obsessed with it. So once I had finished making that body chain, I had decided that I wanted to make another type of body chain that was kind of like a bralette outline, because I've always thought that those were beautiful, but I've never found any or like actively looked, to be honest, because I really only shop at the thrift stores. And I'm actually wearing it underneath this. I don't know if you can really see it. You can see the little chain. Now I made the bra body chain with no instructions. I literally didn't even look at a video. I just kind of saw a couple of pictures online and was like, okay. I also started off with this idea that I was going to make just a bunch of long pieces. They were all gonna just like, I don't know how it was supposed to work. Maybe one day I'll figure out how the heck I wanted to do that. But I do want to apologize in advance for my shit job at explaining how I made this body chain. I have no idea what I'm doing. In the process of trying to figure that out, I was also getting really frustrated because it was really hard to get like the jump ring through the chain because the chain was so small and my hands were really shaky. I realized that I was hungry and made myself some pasta so I could not be so hangry. Came back and I was like, oh my god, I have an idea of how I'm going to make this work. I could just picture it in my head, you know? So I took apart what I had already done, which was 2 jump rings and then a lobster clasp in the middle. I only wanted just one jump ring in the middle holding all the pieces. Then I realized that I wasn't going to be able to get the waist part on my body unless I added a clasp to it. I pulled the front jump ring forward and pulled it tight to the back, and then I figured out exactly where to cut the back so that I could add 2 jump rings and a lobster clasp. To be honest with you, it's probably a little bit uneven. I did my best. And then the next step was to cut where the cup started at the top, and that was a whole guessing game of measuring. I just kind of picked a spot that I like, cut that, and then I made it even on this side. I don't know. I just hope for the best that entire time. During the process of putting all of these pieces together, I was getting very frustrated with the chain and the jump rings, so I literally had to give myself a pep talk.
You've got this. You can get this. I believe in you. Did it. You're gonna get it. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yes. Come on.
And like encourage myself, like be my own little cheerleader just to get me through, but it really did help. And then I reopened one side to add like the side boob chain. I basically just added the chain that was attached to the whole package to that jump ring, and then I just kind of measured an approximate length of what I wanted. And if I needed to make it shorter, then I could just cut it. And then I measured out the exact same size on the other side, and then I added both of those. But then I had to figure out, this was like the trickiest part of all, I think. I had to figure out what part of like under boob chain I needed to cut for the side boob chain to be added. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining this. I just kind of guessed. I ended up using the little twist tie thing that comes with the package. I just picked a spot that I thought looked good in the mirror. I pulled the front piece up, and then I just like measured how far that was, and then I cut both of the chains so that way it was exactly where I wanted it to be. Added the jump rings in, added the back part of like the bust piece, the front part of the bust piece, and then the side boob part of the bust piece on both sides, and then I was done. To be honest with you, I feel like I did this whole thing so backwards, but that is
Like so on brand for me.
and you can tell how excited I was to be done.
Uh-oh.
It was quite plain, to be totally honest with you, so I did decide to add just this bottom piece to the middle jump ring, just like a little dangly, you know, just like an added mwah. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not super into accessories. I'm not a big fan of wearing earrings because my ears get really irritated. I have very sensitive lobes. I can't wear any rings unless it's like high quality jewelry. Otherwise my fingers turn green. I don't really wear bracelets, but I probably would. So maybe I'll make some bracelets in the future. But I feel like I would be way more likely to wear these accessories if I made them myself and I was able to design them myself. I do find that the thicker body chain seems to go with more of the pieces that I own, plus it is a little bit bigger. I might have made the bust piece on this a little bit too tight, but I feel like it would look kind of strange if it was any looser. I do definitely plan on making more body chains. I hope that this inspires you to maybe try making your own body chain or other accessories. If you do decide to make any of your own body chains or any other accessories, please be sure to tag me in them on social media. My social media, as always, is the pinned comment in the comments as well as in the description box. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be notified of future videos that I will be making. Be sure to also hit that like button because it really does support my channel. Follow me on all my social media to keep up with me throughout the week. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, afternoon, or evening, and I will see you next week. Bye!